Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Thursday, August 6th, 2020. I am Fredicia Liburd. A water treatment project which will be undertaken by the Nevis Island Administration is expected to commence next month. That is according to Minister of Water Services, the Honorable Spencer Brand.
And as you are aware, we are undertaking a water filtration project there in the Hamilton area. And I'm happy to announce that we have recently been advised that the technicians have finally agreed to make the trip and have agreed to go into the 14-day quarantine so we can have that project completed.
The developed well at Hamilton Estate can produce 230 gallons per minute, but it needed to be treated to make it potable water in accordance with the World Health Organization standards.
We have at the moment a tentative date of the 1st of September for the arrival, and I'm hoping that 14 days thereafter they can actually commence the actual work on the filtration system. So shortly thereafter, I'm hoping that we can have that system online. We will have some additional 100 gallons of water into the system. So that is a bit of good news that I am hoping that we can stick to that timeline, because we have been waiting for that project to be completed since the start of COVID. And because of the necessary protocols, we have not been able to have these technicians on island to complete the final phase of this project. So I'm very hopeful that we can have that timeline executed.
Minister of Water Services, the Honorable Spencer Brand. The opening ceremony of the second cohort of the 2020 Prospective Teachers Course took place on Wednesday, August 5th at the Jessups Community Center. Junior Minister of Education, Information Technology and Library Services, the Honorable Troy Liburd, in delivering brief remarks, encouraged the participants to learn as much as possible.
What I want to ask you to do is to pay attention to the instructors, take in as much as you can take in. And of course, we are cognizant of the entire situation around the island. And we will do the best that we can to ensure that, as many of you could be employed as possible, because we do understand that good words and good sentiment can only go so far, but young people need employment. Young people are going to need to have money. So for those of you who are looking at education as something to do in the long term, as a long-term career, I would say that it is a good career path. For those of you who are just looking at this as a stepping stone, as something to catapult you to somewhere else in the future, whatever career path you want to take, I believe it's going to be a good experience. So make the most of it and do enjoy what the facilitators have planned for you. I look forward to seeing some of you when I come to the schools.
Principal Education Officer Zanella Claxton outlined some of what the participants can expect during the 2-week training course. She also expressed thanks to all those who made the course possible.
During this course, you will be exposed to elements of face-to-face instruction. You will be exposed to Microsoft Teams, the selected online platform for online instruction. You will also view demonstration online lessons and have opportunities to conduct mini lessons online. In addition, you will have the opportunity to work in and present in a face-to-face setting. We look forward to a wonderful time with you. Before I leave, I want to commend the team at the Department of Education who worked diligently to make this course a reality, not once, but twice.
The Ministry of Education, Information Technology and Library Services hosted a second cohort of the 2020 Prospective Teachers Course due to the fact that a number of the school leavers were unavailable at the time of the first course. A total of 21 participants, mainly school leavers from the Nevis Sixth Form College, will participate in the 2-week training course. Two prospective students of the University of the West Indies have been awarded scholarships funded by the Medical University of the Americas, MUA, and the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, for the next academic cycle. Each year, MUA-NIA scholarships are awarded to two citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis towards the pursuit of undergraduate studies, which lead to a degree at an accredited higher learning institution.
This year, unfortunately, perhaps due to COVID, we only had two applicants. But those two applicants have been deemed to satisfy the requirements, and they are Kyla Hanley. She'll be pursuing a degree in biomedical engineering at the University of the West Indies Mona campus. And Tamara Davis will be pursuing a degree in psychology, also at the University of the West Indies, but this time at the Cavell campus. We would want to wish Kyla and Tamara all the success in the world and congratulate them on being the winners of the MUA scholarship for 2020-2021.
Premier and Minister of Health, the Honourable Mark Brantley, made the announcement at his July 30th press conference. The MUA-NIA scholarship awardees are expected to begin their studies during the period August 2020 to February 2021. Still to come,
due to the demand that we are expecting in terms of testing, we are moving the testing section of the laboratory to a nearby building.
The details right after this break.
My name is Kervin Wallace. I'm a track and field coach and the PE teacher at the George Level Primary School, encouraging you to stay safe, protect yourself and others. Wash your hands often with clean running water and soap.
Stay updated by following the Health Promotion Unit on Facebook and Instagram or contact us at 469-8010.
Welcome back. Junior Minister of Health, the Honourable Hazel Brandy Williams, recently gave an update on the ministry's response to COVID-19. She was addressing the audience at the July 30th NIA Town Hall meeting at the Franklin Brown Community Centre.
We are trying to build more capacity in the laboratory. The laboratory is a small space at the bottom of Alexandra Hospital, and due to the demand that we are expecting in terms of testing, we are moving the testing section of the laboratory to a nearby building. So far, we have also procured a new chemistry analyzer and 2 point-of-care machines, and we have also received just recently a PCR machine from the Taiwanese government. And we'll also continue to place on record our profound thanks to the Taiwanese. They have been really supporting us in this drive towards acquiring the machine and the equipment that we need to deal with the COVID pandemic.
She also used the opportunity to express appreciation to the Cuban Medical Brigade, which has been providing support to the Ministry of Health since April.
I want to say thank you to Cuba, or friends in Cuba, who would have sent their team of doctors and nurses to assist us. They have fitted in quite nicely, and they have been working assiduously around the clock to assist us in diagnosing and treating. And even though they have come to deal with COVID, they have been dealing with all sorts of other issues that we have, and they have been some at the hospital and others at the EOC unit. And so I would want to go on record in saying thank you to the Cuban embassy for loaning us these persons. They are very professional.
Meantime, Minister Brandy Williams noted that in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, the ministry's community health services is working to maintain its high standard.
The 6 health centers work goes on as usual. They are open, and we want persons to use the health centers as much as possible so as to take the pressure off of Alexandra at this time. We have capable persons, nurses and assistants in these community centers, and we want persons to use the services as regularly as possible. I want to place on record as well my profound thanks to the technicians and the technical staff at the community centers for the top-notch job they have been doing.
The next NIA Town Hall meeting in the series titled Conversations with the People will be held this evening, Thursday, August 6th, at the Albertha Payne Community Center in Bath Village. The Town Hall will be broadcast live from 7:30 p.m. on Nevis Television, NTV Channel 99, NevisTVOnline.com, NTV Go App, Nevis Television Facebook page, and Nevis Newscast YouTube channel. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris, says his government welcomes continued dialogue with members of the private sector on matters pertaining to COVID-19 and the local economy, particularly as his administration has long adopted an all-of-society approach to addressing the global pandemic and its impact on the Federation. He made this remark during a meeting with government officials and the executive of the St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce on Wednesday, August 5th at the Ministry of Finance Conference Room in St. Kitts. The government updated the chamber officials on what is happening at the ministerial and National Emergency Operations Center levels as it relates to protecting citizens and residents from the virus, as well as moving closer to the eventual reopening of the Federation's borders to international and regional visitors. The Prime Minister stated that his cabinet is on board for the opening up of the country, but insisted that his government will arrive at that point in a carefully managed way, taking into consideration all necessary guidelines and protocols. Giselle Matthews, president of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, described the dialogue as productive, adding that the chamber's members left with a whole lot of information. She said they were pleased to hear that there is a whole host of planning and strategizing going on behind the scenes. Also in attendance at Wednesday's meeting were Andrew Skerritt, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Hilary Hazel, Financial Secretary, and Raquel Brown, CEO of the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. Dr. Hazel Law's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, Medical Chief of Staff at the JNF General Hospital, and Abdia Samuel, Chair of the COVID-19 National Task Force, were also present to give updated statistics on the local and global COVID-19 situations. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Liebert. Thank you for viewing.